Board of Public Works meeting to order. Notice has been duly posted. It's August 1st, 2017. Roll call. Jared? Here. Harvey's here.
Harvey Bertrand?
Here.
Ron Jurtson. Mayor Jolson?
Here.
Jared Olter's here. Fred Bueller. Also show that Eric is also here. Bob Muse in the audience.
Thank you. Approval of minutes of the previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Councilman Bertrand, seconded by Councilman Jurtson to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Discussion, excuse me. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions. Motion carries. Public input. Anyone wishing to give public input, please step to the podium. State your name, address, and you'll have 3 minutes. Second call. Anyone wishing to give public input. Third and final call. Anyone wishing to give public input. Public input is now closed. Consideration of possible action on the following items. Public hearing regarding proposed sidewalk assessments along Emerald Valley Drive. I'll open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, please come to the podium.
Good evening, Maria Rundy, 3333 Emerald Valley Drive. I came to a previous meeting and spoke as to why I think the sidewalks should be put in the neighborhood. Most importantly, it's because of safety. It's along a curve, and there are a lot of cars that come into this dead-end street that they're not familiar with the neighborhood at all, and they are zooming past constantly. It's kind of a blind area. I have to be very careful even coming out of my own driveway because of what cars might be approaching from one side. And this particular stretch of sidewalk is immediately across from me, and it would be of great benefit to have the sidewalk in place because it connects to already existing sidewalks. So it would make the whole area contiguous, and it would provide a safe area for all of us to walk on without being hit by the approaching cars. And furthermore, I just recently learned that there are 3 new pieces of land in that area that have been sold and therefore will probably be built on. So I'm expecting a lot more construction traffic in the next year or so, and it would improve safety to not be walking in the street during that time, especially in the winter months when there's so much snow already encroaching on our walkable area. So I am definitely in favor of sidewalks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kathy Betchley, and my address is 3371 Emerald Valley Drive, and I am also in favor of the sidewalks, continuous sidewalks, for safety reasons too. We have 2 dogs, and when we walk and we come around the curve there, we have to get off, go into the street, continue on walking, and then get back onto the sidewalk due to an empty lot there, and we just think they should be continuous. So I'm in favor of the sidewalks. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor?
There must be a sidewalk on the agenda because I'm back. Diane Oldani Wolf, 910 Orchid Place on Alaska. I want to thank you for having this on the agenda this evening. This is an item that I've talked with Katie and I believe Jared in years past, and so I was very happy to see it finally on the agenda for an assessment. I won't bore you with the details, but I did appear not last month's Board of Public Works, but last month's Common Council and spoke specifically regarding this item and this proposed sidewalk assessment It is, I understand, the last lot available in the second edition to be punched in. To paraphrase something that I've heard Jared say through many, many years as him being a city engineer here, that the city of Onalaska can have literally millions of dollars of work to be done within the city, but it's usually sidewalks, $5,000, $20,000, $60,000 for the sidewalks that will cost probably the most consternation of any other item. Tonight you have before you three people who have, one gal who's been here before myself and someone new. I do ask that you support this, and I hope to be back next Tuesday night at council and ask you to support it again. So thank you for your consideration.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Second call. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Third and final call. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? That portion of the public hearing is now closed. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Second call. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Third and final call. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? That portion of the public hearing is now closed. Jared, have we had any letters?
We have not had any emails or letters, but I did have phone contact with the owner of the lot, and he understood the reason for the request to install the sidewalk. Of course, like any of these lots that we see, he did say, well, he's hoping to build on it in the next 2 or 3 years, and I said, you're correct, that part of the sidewalk will have to be removed for the building construction, but he did understand that, and did talk to him about a few questions about that, and he did state that he was most likely not going to come to the public hearing tonight.
Okay. Thank you. What is the wish of the commission?
I think we would probably move on to resolution number 5. We'd probably move on to item 5, which is the resolution pertaining to the sidewalk.
Okay. So we'll go down to 5 then. We'll go to 5, and the resolution is 25-2017, final resolution regarding assessments for sidewalk improvements along Emerald Valley Drive. What is the wish of the board? Motion to approve. Motion to approve by Councilman Bertrand. Is there a second? Seconded by Finance Director Fred Bueller. Discussion.
We had the preliminary resolution in item number 4. We had the final resolution 25-2017 in item 5. So the preliminary resolution was 23, and that was attached for background detail. The final resolution in my packet says 25. Oh, and the staff detail. Yeah, that should be 25. Sorry about that. Yep, correct.
Any other questions or comments under discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That's 1 nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Review and consideration of petition received from Deer Creek Condominiums Homeowners Association in regard to bridge at intersection of French Road and Emerald Drive East. This is for we are going to just take this as a point of order. We're going to place it on file. But Jared, would you tell us about this?
Yes, the Homeowner Association from Deer Creek Condominiums has submitted a petition and a letter with that petition requesting that the bridge at the intersection of Emerald Drive East and Harder Drive and French Road not be opened up. With that, in your map tonight, you can see that the bridge/culvert is actually in the town of Madera, so currently the city of Onalaska has no jurisdiction over that culvert. So I would recommend, as the mayor has stated, to place this on file and just have it if it's ever needed.
So we'll place it on file only. Are there any comments?
Probably have a motion to that
from the board.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Motion to place it on file.
Motion to place it on file.
Okay, motion made by Councilman Bertrand to place it on file, seconded by Councilman Jurtson. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions. Motion carries. Review and consideration. Oops, I already did that one. I'm sorry. Review and consideration of viewshed enhancement along State Trunk Highway 35 between Poplar and Troy Streets. Jared?
This was actually approved about 15 months ago to have Zealy's Tree Service come in and do a variety of clearing work along that viewshed along there. And this was coordinated with Zealy's at the time because they were working for Xcel Energy as clearing for the transmission line that got put in early last spring in 2016. At that time, we had approval to hire them to do a variety of clearing work in that area. And with the work that they've got from Xcel and the various transmission companies, they just have not been able to get back to do that work. We would like to have that work done, so we actually contacted a local firm. In your packet tonight, I've included the quote from today's tree service. They have quoted us $2,000 a day for 4 men and removal equipment. Chipping, they would actually haul the material off site. It's just slightly more than the Zealy's quote, but the Zealy's quote only had a 3-person crew. This crew will have 4, and they are actually going to be hauling the material off site where Zealy's was going to leave it in place. So we would like to recommend that we work with today's tree service to open up the viewshed along those waysides and in between them. We have had quite a few comments now with the road project done, especially the north wayside. You actually can't see any there is no vista at all at the north wayside currently. So with that, I'd open up for questions.
Question. Chair recognizes Councilperson Bertrand.
So I was driving by there this stretch today, and this is okay. I can imagine the trees coming down, and then you still have the ones on the other side of the tracks. Do you think that in the future sometime we'll have
most of the area actually that we're going to remove the trees between the state DNR bike trail and the waysides, and in that area, if you go to the west of the existing DNR bike trail, the elevation drops to the point that there'll still be some vegetation, some trees, but I think what you'll find is with the elevation drop, we'll open up the vista to the point where you'll be able to see very good along that stretch. So with that, once we get the trees down, then when you get any woody vegetation, we will be spraying it to make sure it stays down so we don't have to come back in 3 years or 5 years and do this again. And we do quite a bit of spraying around the city with a contracted service for any that would be able to do this.
Chair recognizes Councilperson Jurtson.
You answered one of the questions. The other question I got was taking those trees out as far as it's all downhill grade, pretty much.
Correct.
Ron, would you?
Most of the tree locations that I'm looking at are all downhill grade. But
we're actually going to, we're going to work off the bike trail itself. We're going to close down the bike trail. Probably going to do this after Labor Day. Close down the bike trail, and they'll be able to take everything downhill to the bike trail, so they won't be working uphill.
What are we going to do to keep that earth from going away? A lot of times when you open up into a whole new can of worms.
Yep. Once we go through there, we will go actually probably have our street department go in and spread some quick-growing rye on there just as a cover for it. Then after that, we will make sure we got some grass seed spread into it, something that's going to grow up and give us a cover crop, and hopefully get some better, longer-term vegetation once those oats don't resprout. But I think what's going to happen with a lot of that undergrowth, there is some brush and stuff in a lot of areas. We will have a few areas where we will have some problems. We'll have to definitely seed. I think a lot of that has enough undergrowth where hopefully get a little more sunlight to it, and it'll take. So, and hopefully by doing it after Labor Day, with today's weather, it hasn't been holding true as much, but we do tend to see more fall of the year, more gentle rains. Typically don't see 6 inches in an hour like we had a week ago. So hopefully we can get something to vegetate up and then hold it.
Chair recognizes Finance Director Fred Bueller.
My question, Jared, is Sealy is committed to the fact of approving. Council did go on record to hire them.
They never got the contract to me to sign it.
But the council did authorize them, so I think we need to.
I can send an email. If this gets approved, I'll send an email to Sealy's telling them that we're not going to utilize them anymore.
Either that or we do 2 motions tonight. One motion to
do that
to no longer continue the contract with Sealy's, and the other motion to move forward with trees.
We could probably include that in one more combined motion.
Sure. Go ahead.
I'd make a motion that we terminate our work with Sealy Tree Service and hire today's tree service at a rate of $2,000 per day to do tree clearing along the Highway 35 between the waysides, and that is with the understanding that would be for a maximum of 2 weeks worth of work and a maximum of $20,000.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Jared, seconded by Finance Director Bueller. Questions?
Then one other thing is we're going to, since this is per day, we're going to see how far we get after 3 days on each end, and if we feel we've gotten enough cleared, we will quit at that point. So we may not end up utilizing all of this if we don't need to.
The chair recognizes Councilperson Jurtson.
That termination of the contract with Seals is just for this job.
Correct. Just for this work. Just for this work as a clarification. Yes, correct.
The chair recognizes Councilperson Bertrand.
Yeah. So if we used up to $20,000, and say got 90% into it,
I'll come back.
Way up.
Yep. I think part of this is it's hard to beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So there's no prescribed formula for how much removal is going to be the perfect. And it may be something where actually we may quit a little bit early, leave it, and then see what we get for comments from the public, and say, if we start getting calls from either alderpersons or through our office that say, gosh, you guys went down there and did such a beautiful job, how can we quit? Well, then we know that there's a public sentiment that they want more removed. But we'll be cautious in what we do. We're gonna definitely open things up at the waysides, but we're gonna try and get enough opened up where then we can see how far we want to go.
Anyone else? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions? So moved. That was just to get rid of.
My motion was to terminate with Sealy's and to authorize today's tree service. Both did the same motion, correct?
Okay. Item 8. Review and consideration of Pond 17 outfall repairs.
In your packet tonight, I have a map showing where the Pond 17 outfall is at, circled on your map right below Stony Creek, just down south of Gunderson Drive. We have a 108-inch or 9-foot diameter pipe that outfalls there. This was all installed in 1997. We've done maintenance to the pond over the years. I have handed out a picture tonight that shows the plunge basin where the pipe water comes out of the pipe, and where, with our heavy rains of the recent rain event, it actually ate out about a 6-foot deep section of the matting, the concrete matting that was put in 1997. Tore it right out. There's about a 6-foot hole deep by about 40 feet wide. We're going to go in and do some sort of repairs with that. Tonight, we don't have any design done for this yet. We don't have any cost estimates. This is more for information. We will be submitting this as part of the disaster declaration with that was recently done for the rain event. We have not heard if FEMA will be covering any damages from the rain event, but we will be submitting this if that declaration turns out where we can do that. So probably next month you're probably going to see something come through with more cost estimates and things on what the repair will be.
Chair recognizes Councilperson Bertrand.
I guess it's more for Fred. Do we have a fund set aside for emergencies such as this?
The storm sewer is an enterprise fund. They set aside dollars, but like I say, at this time, because it may be related to FEMA, the city doesn't really want to take any form of action.
And if I could add to what Fred stated.
Also recognizes Engineer Holter.
If I could add also, it would be, we did already have a capital improvements project this year for repair of the 60-inch storm sewer, just a different storm sewer, but only a few blocks away from this one from the April rain event. And with that, we had utilized funding from the previous year's capital improvements budget for stormwater-related purposes. So I think there is funds, if we would so choose to perform repairs, we have a funding source that we could utilize.
Anyone else? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
There was no motion, just for information.
With information review only. That is correct. Item 9, pay estimates, Strand Associates, Short, Elliott, Hendrickson Inc., Fowler and Hammer, Turkey Excavating, Right-of-Way Professionals, L.W. Allen Inc., Wisconsin Department of Transportation, and any other contractor developers. Chair?
We have 9 estimates on the sheet tonight, and staff is recommending approval of all 9 as shown tonight on your packet.
I'll second it.
I don't believe there was a motion.
I'll make that in form of a motion.
Okay, motion made by Engineer Holter, seconded by Finance Director Bueller. Discussion. Chair recognizes Councilperson Bertrand.
Yeah, are there any surprises here?
No, these are your normal activities. You'll see that a couple of them are large amounts, but the pay estimate for Matthew Construction, they've got quite a bit of paving done in the paving project. Gerke has started the utility project, so those are kind of the 2 bigger ones that are in here. L.W. Allen has the skate upgrades completed. We're paying a bill for the state DOT. The rest of them are normal work that we've been doing.
So you'd expect these to finish on budget?
Yes. Yep. Anticipate all that.
Recognizes Councilperson Jurtson.
Number 7. Perhaps that is not the storm sewer problem that we had with that's supposed to be in drove through it.
This is actually over on the interstate project that's going on, Rose Street project right now. We have a sanitary sewer that runs from the Nutbush all the way down into La Crosse to the interceptor sewer, and we are responsible for the maintenance of it. As part of the project, they're installing a new off-ramp that is going over top of our sanitary sewer. Sanitary sewer was not designed for that kind of loading, so as part of the project, we actually went in and it was bid with the state project to replace that section of sewer. And we actually, the total project cost was more than the $72,000. We actually received approximately $25,000 from the state. We paid the remainder of it. So this should be pretty close to the final estimate here.
So they paid about 25% of it.
I don't have the exact numbers with me. It's by the time we're done, we had $20,000 for the one section, and then it might be, I think it's somewhere between 25 and 50%. We did upsize the pipe. That was part of the reason for the cost. Is we, was a 24-inch pipe, we put in a 30-inch pipe for future flow.
Okay, hearing no more questions. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions. Motion carries. Motion by Councilperson Bertrand to adjourn, seconded by Councilperson Jurtson. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions. So moved.